Hey, Rosa, it's Pete from Leaky Paywall. Thanks for getting in touch. I've gone through classicalmusic.com. I have a few thoughts. What I would like to do is talk to you about how we help publishers grow their email lists and convert paid subscriptions. I'd like to talk about classical music specifically. I see some opportunities there. A little bit about print management, print and digital management, and then finally about multipass, that is the potential of letting your subscribers get access to more than one website. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump right into how we help publishers and how we think about publishers succeeding online with digital subscriptions. And the way we look at it, as soon as you turn on a paywall, doesn't matter what it is, you'll have your loyalists that will subscribe right away. They have the money. Here you go. You also have a bunch of random traffic that hits your site that will never subscribe. And then you have your biggest opportunity, which are the readers that are on your newsletter now. They want to be on your newsletter in the future. They're just not ready to pay you today, and they need nurturing. And this is the crowd that will really grow paid subscriptions. And so the way this works is we set up this free registration framework. We call it the flywheel. It sounds like how you're thinking now, which I'm liking. And the way it works is simple but powerful. And that is that you have a lot of casual readers coming in from different locations, Google, social, etc. You get a levers to decide how many free articles you're going to give away. Magazine articles, news blog articles. You can mix and match. And what we find is if you restrict pretty aggressively, let's say you give away 1 or 2 free articles, then you pop a free registration that says, hey, give us your email, choose a password, register with us, and we'll give you more content. And you get to choose how tight or how loose the paywall is. That sends emails to your newsletter system, your ESP, and your newsletter does the job of sending folks back to your website over and over again over time and nurturing these super casual readers, as I like to call them. And then there's website targeting. So they hit the site, they're on their newsletter, they're already registered, and they get the right message to increase chances of conversion. So this is a flywheel. It works together. What it helps you accomplish is builds your email list faster because you're requiring registration. And that means your newsletter is sending more and more traffic back to your site. And that lets you stop worrying about social and search and AI so much. And then your chances of those readers over time and seeing the upgrade messages, the chances of them subscribing go up. So what does this actually look like in practice? So this is just a simple example. They have set the meter to 1 free article. Let's pretend I've read my first article. I hit the second article. I get a message, something like this. This is in content. Our platform is WordPress native, which means you can absolutely control exactly what and how something is displayed. But the message is simple. Hey, this story is free for you. Yeah, that's the motivation of the reader. Create a free account and get on our newsletter. And then it's email and password. And the difference here is that this is required now. It's not just a newsletter pop-up or an ask. It's, if you want more, just register, and it's free. And this converts about 20% better than a newsletter pop-up. Works really well. So once somebody submits that, the article's unlocked. You get some targeting options, which we can talk about later. They're logged in. The email goes to your email newsletter provider, and then off they go. And then as the newsletter is pushing them back, they'll get targeted messaging that says, hey, if they're logged in as free, hey, upgrade. If they are in a specific category of content, you can message appropriately and then rinse and repeat. So free registration builds the email list. The growing email list sends more and more traffic, and your traffic actually swells sort of geometrically over time. And then with the right targeted messaging, it bumps your conversions nicely. So that's our philosophy. I'll get off my soapbox now and just go back to classical music, which was the original intent. So I understand there's no paywall on here now, but you are selling print subscriptions. And I'll just tell you what we normally do with print publishers that are venturing into digital. Now, you have, as far as your content goes, you have what I see is you have essentially news content here, and then you have your magazine content, which is obviously your most premium content. Now, what we do is we have a discussion with publishers about the news content, because as long as this is original content that you're producing, we consider this premium content and should be gated. And you have options. You can literally just restrict your magazine content, which I know you'll bring online once the paywall's up. What you can do is restrict everything: news content, magazine content, give away a limited amount before registration, and then a limited amount before paid subscription. Great. Some print publishers will say, you know what, we don't want to be so hardcore about our news content, so they may pick a category of content, a WordPress category, or some tag content, make it always free. That's fine. Or some, and I think this is a very good compromise, will lay a free registration on just the news content and then require paid subscription, or maybe allow one magazine article on the magazine content side of it. So there's some options there, and that's something that can be discussed. So one of the things I noticed, though, is if I head over to subscribe, my first reaction was to click on one of these for the offer. I wasn't really sure what it was. I guess I did finally get there. I didn't realize that you could scroll down and get more information. The first thing I would do on any subscription landing page like this is remove all the distractions, right? So my ad blocker is still on. I have no idea what's that doing, what's that's doing to this page. I'll turn it off. But the menu, remove the menu, remove the search box. I would skinny down your branding here, maybe and make it just as slim as this top horizontal bar, and just drive the focus on your subscription offers, and make this a little more compact. I think these are a little, get these to be the same size, and bring this information up. And then once I head off to subscribe, I notice that I'm taken off to our media shop, which is not ideal. I get that you want to consolidate all your titles in one spot, but as soon as somebody leaves your website, conversions tend to take a hit. You're sending them off to a new tab. It's a new URL. The younger crowd tends to skew a little more skeptical when they're not on the same URL, and they're going to, provide a credit card or whatever payment method they're going to do. So what we do is we set up native subscriptions on your URL. So let me just show you that one. This is this is a print and digital publisher. And if I just go and subscribe here, I'll get my options. I'm going to pick print and digital. What you'll notice is that you remain on the URL. This is the same URL, and what we have is essentially a 1 and 2 step process for checkout. 1 is account setup, 2 is payment. Now, one of the benefits of the free registration is if you did register for free, then you don't have to choose a password and you don't have to enter your email address, just a first name and last name. And then if there's a print component, then yes, the shipping information. And then when you go off to the next step, you then get to, assuming you're going to use something like Stripe, which is the state-of-the-art payment gateway today. We support others, but Stripe lets you very easily add Apple Pay, Google Pay, and other checkout methods as well. And that's it. So the friction of the checkout is reduced. And because the person's checking out on your, let's say, classical music URL, they're not getting nervous about, where am I going? Now, on the flip side, as far as print, and I want to mention print integration. We do integrate with quite a lot of circulation software. I don't know which one you're using or maybe it's something you built yourself. But in this case, with this provider, let's say that I come in and I have a print subscription, but I want digital access. And I paid for print a long time ago. I'm a current subscriber. How do I get in? Well, let's just go to the login here. And with this particular provider, what we do is we give them two options. The first option is, if I know what my email address is and it is in the circulation software, we just do a lookup for this email address, and then they can choose a password and then hit login, and we will automatically create that subscriber in Leaky Paywall on the fly and give them access to the content instantly. So that works well. But if a print subscriber does not have an email address on account, we take them through an account lookup, and then they go to their mailing label, pull the number off of that, put in their zip code or whatever other piece of sort of confirming information that you need, hit submit, and then they get walked through a registration, get created in Leaky Paywall, and then have instant access to the content. So I know print deserves a lot more conversation, but that's sort of the high level view. Okay, and then the last thing I wanted to talk about was this. So you have a number of publications, and we do offer something called multipass, which lets readers pay for a multipass subscription from different for access to different publications, even if they're standalone. So as long as, like, under Science and Nature as an example, I don't know if this makes sense for you, but I'm just kind of making this up. You could sell an all access pass that gives someone access to all 4 of these publications, the websites, and charge what you need to charge for it. Let's say I'm on Science Focus. I pay for the all access. All I have to do, and you send the invite in the welcome email, is use the same email and password to log in to these other sites. Checks our multipass server. Yep, this is a valid subscription, and you get access. So that might be an opportunity for bundling your publications under all access passes. Okay, lots more to talk about, I know, but I thought I would just hit some high points, and hopefully that's helpful for you. And happy to absolutely chat about what your plans are and get a little more specifics. And other than that, good luck.